welcome to the third episode of the Cuba in Focus podcast. Before I start this episode, I'd like to announce that the podcast is now on Spotify, so if you just search the Cuba in Focus, you should find it. And I also will need to create a logo, so if any of you graphic designers are out there and would like to create a logo, if I like it, I will shout you out in all the upcoming podcasts. Right, so this episode, my co-host is Steven Kearns.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about Benjamin Stokes. So Ben Stokes started competing at UK Championships 2018, so October. And since then he hasn't got any national records, but he has become decently fast in 2x2 clock and 3 blind.
Definitely starting to move more onto the blind events now.
Yes, he's definitely focusing on blind now. He's 4th in the country for mean and 7th for single. So, right at the start, before he went to his first competition, and after around the first 2 competitions, Ben stupidly, like what quite a lot of Cubers do, mate, Felix Mdegs did it, for example, is he fake solved for attention, I guess.
I think everyone wants to really do it for attention, I suppose.
Yeah,
it was just,
yeah.
I suppose, you wanted your name out there early.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely a bad idea. I would not recommend it because it's just kind of bad mouthing your entire. Yeah.
But I think it's just the extent that people will go to. I think mainly. I never really publicly faked solves or anything like that purely because I was kind of anxious starting out, so I don't really know if I wanted people to sort of know. Who I was too early.
But quite a lot of time, if kids do this and they get called out or whatnot, they'll just be really ashamed or embarrassed and never compete again, or just kind of sulk a bit, keep to their friend group. But luckily, Ben Stokes, he admitted that he did fake solves and he moved past it, and now nobody remembers it, nobody mentions it, and he's really one of the best upcoming Cubers in the UK at the moment. So it's really good to see that just the bad start of his career, he's moved past it and now he's focusing on bigger and better things.
It's one thing to, it's not something, a lot of people would probably just not necessarily admit it, constantly deny that, oh, I wasn't faking solves, this really happened. Even now you'd be hesitant to say it's something that didn't happen, but once you've been faking solves for long enough, it's you start to make yourself believe that you really do average said time, right? So it's for something you have to admire about Ben is the fact that he came back from that embarrassment. But I think had he not admitted it, he definitely wouldn't be still cubing, because he'd be just the constant, I suppose, the shame that he had to feel.
But luckily, he wasn't one of those people. He admitted to his mistakes, and now he's doing fine and getting good results.
Yeah, certainly. I think it must have started when he was on Cube Comps. And I think it was everyone sort of thought, well, it makes you skeptical.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
We were sort of waiting for UKC to see if we really had a new contender like this in the UK, right? And I think it was just a little bit. That was sort of what made Ben realise, maybe I really, really do average, a lot higher than I really have said I do on Cube Comps and whatnot.
Yeah.
But now it's I don't really think that he's the kind of Cuba to really care about, let's say, 2x2 or OH anymore. You see how good he's getting at 3 blind now, and it's I'm very, very glad that he's moved on to another event.
Yeah,
where he can prove himself as one of the best in the country.
Definitely.
Because now he's got official results as good as he has. It's he's clearly not faking blind, right?
Yeah, definitely. Right. So if we go to his profile and look at his first competition, which was UK Championships 2018, I believe he was posting a bit in UK Speed Cubing Facebook group, saying he averaged sub 10 on 3x3 or some bullshit like that. Which most of us were pretty skeptical, and we're okay, this is going to be interesting, see what he pulls out of UKC. But obviously he didn't get sub 10 average. He got he competed in 2 rounds. At the end of the competition, he had an 11 single and a 13 average, which is still very good for a first competition.
For a first competition, I think that's incredible. Like even if he just said that he averaged, let's say, like maybe like 12 or 13, that would have been, still would have been blown away by that. Like at my first competition, the only reason I got a 14 average was because I'd already been cubing for a good couple of years before I went to my first competition.
Yeah.
But I don't already know how long Ben was necessarily competing before UK Championship 2018. I think
he said like May or June 2017. It was like a similar time as Jacob Chambers.
To see, that's still like really impressive. Like I that baffles me.
Yeah, that's still like a year and a bit.
So like, I think a year and a bit to get down to his speed is like reasonable.
Yeah,
I suppose because when people start cubing, maybe not people like me, but usually the general consensus is that you start cubing and maybe you go to your first competition within maybe like something like half a year.
Yeah, I started in June and then competed for the first time mid-October. Yeah, when I was averaging like sub 30, so I was quicker than most people.
Yeah, I think more people like when you're at that stage, you're not necessarily going to the competition to do well. You're more just going to go because you want to.
That's the experience.
You want to meet people with the same hobby as you, which is nice.
Yeah, you want to be able to talk about new T-perm algorithms and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you can't do with your mum.
You can't exactly like talk away with your parents about it. And I don't know, maybe you're someone like Max Park. But, but no, it's nice to meet like loads and loads of people. I suppose that's the beauty of any hobby, like cubing, for example. It's nice to talk to people that have the same interest as you.
Definitely. It's, since it's such an unpopular hobby.
But given that, I think Ben was. I don't know. He might have been in the middle of his GCSEs at the time. Either way, he.
Yeah, I think he used it as a bit of procrastination. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Either way, he then he came to. It was probably about a year after he started.
Yeah.
And even then, like 13 average is good.
Definitely.
Honestly, it's very good. Like it's unfortunate that he didn't make. He only got to the second round and whatnot. But I suppose if he came into the competition averaging what he actually claimed to average, he would have probably had a chance at podium. Which is ridiculous to think. Which is absolutely ridiculous. But I think to podium at the UK Championship at your first competition that's unheard of. Yeah, that's like unheard of. Like that, I did not see that happening. Don't get me wrong. I think I would have accepted it. Let's say if he got like a 10 average.
Yeah.
I would have gone. Yeah, maybe because it's his first competition.
I think around this stage he probably averaged around 12. So 13 average isn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's I think if you're averaging 12 and get a 13 average in your first competition, that's something I probably would have been happy with at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I always say that in cubing there's always an X time. It's like I know in some competitions you just don't have a very good day, but like when you're averaging, let's say you claim to average 8, and you go into a competition and get a 13 average, maybe 14 average in the first round it's crossing lines. It's like you don't. That's nearly twice. What he claimed, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because he's now got 10 averages in competition. He's doing a lot better for himself now. He's got an 8 single, and clearly he's a lot faster than he was then. But do you know what I mean? It's like because he's proven himself in so many other events now, especially 3 blind as well, like for example, and even 4 blind. Like as soon when he gets a 4 blind success, that's going to be mad.
He's got a chance for like NR2 right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's just because I think those first couple of competitions he just he'll want to leave behind him.
Yeah, definitely.
But now we want to focus on the present, where he realistically he knows what he averages and he's very honest about himself.
Yeah. So getting sidetracked a little bit here, something I just thought about is I feel like people who started when I did maybe went to competitions sooner because it was the time when me, myself, and Pi's videos, like competition videos, like US Nationals and Worlds, were really popular. And like they were getting recommended on YouTube a lot. So that's personally how I discovered the whole speed cubing world, is because of me, myself, and Pi.
Yeah.
Quite funny to say, considering he's now hasn't posted a video in ages.
I also watched me, myself, and Pi's videos.
Like I feel like probably like Felix is 473 and all these videos that like trended speed cubing wise probably boosted like a lot of competitors. It'd be interesting to like try and compare those kind of stats with amount of competitors. Okay, right, let's go back to his results. So he then competed at Western Supermare just a month later. He didn't break his average PB. He got a 14.6 and a 16.9. Oh, we had a counting 17 and 19 and a DNF. But he did get a 10.5 single, which is pretty solid.
Yep, exactly. I think that was actually the first competition that Ben had actually that I actually knew about. I think I vaguely remember seeing him at UK Championship 2018, but he recognized he praised me for my multi-blind attempt at that competition. He seemed like a very very nice lad, and I think it was only very shortly after Western Supermare. I think it was shortly after Western Supermare that I first got my hard suspicion of like, I have come to my conclusion.
yeah.
But he's even then he was a really cool guy.
Yeah.
I think it's just such a shame that at the time what had happened had maybe had people think differently about him.
Definitely, yeah. The thing about Ben is he's one of the nicest people I know in the cubing scene. Like,
exactly,
he's very humble, and like you can just have a really decent conversation with him.
But the way I see it is that I think it's very lucky that he's that humble, because otherwise, if he wasn't, he would not have been able to accept what happened.
Definitely,
he wants to prove himself. He was like, I want to show people that I'm not like, I faked souls, I admit it, but I've made my mistake, and I want to come back from that now.
Like Felix Zemdex, he uploaded crossed solved solves back when he before he competed for the first time, and look at him now. So
yeah, exactly.
It's really something you can move past, right?
Yeah.
So between his first competition, UK Champs, and Lincoln Open, which was his 6th competition, he didn't really drop his 3x3 average much. At Lincoln, he got a 13.07 average. But then he had a big jump at High Wycombe Open, which was his 7th competition, where in the first round he got a 11.7 average and an 8.4 single, which was his first official sub 10, which is ridiculous.
To get that as your first official sub 10 is actually really
impressive. I think mine was like 9.96 or something.
Yeah, mine was 9.52. We both got ours at the same competition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I think a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people got their first sub 10 to that competition.
Yeah, and then he pulled out a 10.6 average in the second round at High Wycombe as well.
No, thinking about it, that's absolutely ridiculous, given that he had a 13 average before that competition.
Yes,
to drop 3 seconds.
And it was only 2 months later as well. It's not like it was a 6-month gap.
Exactly. Yeah, the time frame wasn't even that big at all. And then, like, regularly he starts like to make the final more and more and more.
Right. So if we move over to 2x2, I think Ben Stokes had been maining 2x2 for quite a while at this point. I think this was towards the end of his like 2x2 career at this point for High Wycombe, if you could call 2x2 a career.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, maybe.
So he got a 4.2 average at his first competition, UKC, 3.6 at Western Supermare. I'm not going to mention singles because fuck singles. I mean, frick.
Sworn you're in punk.
Fontwell, he got a sub 3 average. Manchester, he got a little bit faster. I think he was like getting to like mid 2, low 2 averaging at this point.
He was still fast.
Yeah.
I think it's just because like obviously the back to the whole faking scene is like.
Yeah, I think he said he was averaging sub 2.
I think he claimed a 1.4 average on one of the cubing comp weeks, and I think when he got the 4 average, that's when I think that was another spark.
Yeah.
It was. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's still quite fast, like averaging 2.
Yeah.
Like two averages is good. Like 2.48 is actually like quite good for this country in particular, because in this country, we don't really have many people that practice 2x2.
Yeah.
We've got a couple, maybe let's say George. I mean, Harry. I think
George and Joshua Williams has started practicing 2x2 a lot recently.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not really huge on like say small events like 2x2.
Yeah.
But you know, to get a 2.4 average is good. Like I'd be very, very happy.
He also won 2x2 at High Wycombe, which is one of his 2 wins he's ever got. So it looks like High Wycombe was a very good competition for him. I have a theory that this is because that is exam time between Lincoln and High Wycombe, and he's probably just procrastinating a load.
Or the fact that it's just maybe because if he didn't, you know, cube during that time, it's like at least, you know, he's had a break.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you know, he's come back, and then usually it's nice to take a break or something. Or he just had, you know, just did like spam practice in those 2 months, and he just
I'm pretty sure he said he has had problems with trying to juggle schoolwork and cubing at the same time. But I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that at some point.
Yeah, I've had awful trouble. I mean, even, you know, during my A levels, I between February and June, I didn't go to any competitions because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it.
That's better than competing at going to every competition.
You need every hour you can get. This is the problem. I mean, you look at George, for example. Now, it's he's doing his best to get to Manchester, but then he won't be.
I think he's first on the psych sheets, not psych sheet, waiting list, so he should make it in.
Waiting list. He should make it in either way. Yeah. After this competition, you probably won't be going to another one until, let's say, June, maybe July time.
I think possibly, London.
I think London or Euros or something like that. Yeah, which is a very long time. It is awful because it's a very long time to wait. But as for
definitely
Ben,
worth it.
As for Ben, I mean, I don't know if it was a break. He could probably confirm that for us. But it's clearly paid off in between Lincoln and High Wycombe, because High Wycombe was an absolute blast for him.
Yeah, definitely. So High Wycombe was kind of the 248 average you got at High Wycombe is still his PR. So it seems like after that competition he stopped practicing it, which is good in my books, to be honest.
Well, I think we all know the key turning point for Ben was deciding that blind was what he wants to do. Definitely, yeah.
So if we have a quick look at other events, 4x4 at this point he was averaging just sub 50. Yeah, kind of reasonably mediocre for bigger cubes. Blind, he had a 203 single. FMC, he had like a 33. Clock, he had a 10 average. OH, like a 23. Mega.
It's like a typical cuber, maybe.
Yeah, typical cuber.
Like this was about me, I reckon.
Probably really, his main event, his only good event is 2x2 at this point.
Yeah. But then I suppose we should probably get onto the good stuff.
Right, so...
Which is when he decided... This is probably maybe late 2019.
Yeah, well, he also picked up clock a bit. Jacob Chambers, I think he sparked a bit of a clock hype in the new UK community. People
it's the next generation.
Yeah, Theo, Ben. I think Ben's averaging like sub 7. He hasn't performed that well in competition yet, but he does have a 7.4 average and a 5 single, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the 7 average is good. I mean, I suppose the 5 was,
5 was the lead scramble, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that scramble.
Scramble, yeah.
But he even got a 6 in this round where he got a 7 average.
Yeah.
But he got a counting 6 as well. Actually, I've had a look, which is he's also good at clock.
Yeah. But is obviously his best event right now is definitely free blind. So he picked it up, by the looks of it, around just after UKC. Every event R.
So I think he was doing it at Leeds. I think at Leeds, I remember him telling me he knew corner comms.
Oh, he had a 115 at Leeds. So yeah.
Yeah, he was doing corner comms at Leeds. I'm pretty sure.
So he got his first sub 1 at every event R 2019, which was a week after UKC. He got a 58. And then since then, Western Supermare, he got 44. Guildford Open this year, he got 33. Fontwell, he pulled out a 34 mean.
That's ridiculous.
And a 32 single.
Yeah. So this is the one thing like for Ben. I was really, really happy for, especially.
Yes. So he also won the competition. I think he would have won the competition if he got the mean as his single as well. Just ridiculous.
I came fourth for that comp with a 40. Anyway, we. I'll never let that down. So yeah, I think. Oh, I was very salty. I think this is one thing. It made me. Even though I was salty that I was continuously losing UK ranks for blind. I looked at this and I think this guy has gone from the guy who was known for faking solves to a 34 3-blind mean, and now a 29 single at Doncaster.
All in just over a year.
It's like, if there's going to be a way to prove yourself to not be the kind of person that the people claimed you to be, it's like, this is the way to do it.
Definitely.
And now he's claiming 4 blind times at home, which would be close to national record, and he's getting close DNFs in competition that are like an R2. It's ridiculous. Like, blind was definitely for Ben all along, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm glad he moved away from say 2x2.
Yeah, I think we all are. So yeah, at Doncaster, he got a 30.1 in the first round and a 29.9 in the final, which he was very happy with, because I think a sub 30 had been a long time coming.
But the fact that he came fourth as well.
Fourth with a 29. I think Christopher Morris, Daniel Tidsey, Meng Fei Shen beat him.
Was it Denny? No, it wasn't Denny.
No, it was Meng Fei, I think. I think Denny and Fabio tripled.
Right, okay.
Now, it was a really stacked 3 blind finals there. There was like 6 people who could get sub 30.
Well, I didn't make it because,
Rip.
Anyway, so yeah, this is and the fact that he's improved as well, like constantly across, let's say, every event era and all the way up to Doncaster. That's now 6. How many competitions? This is now 8 rounds of just pure improvement.
Yeah, definitely.
He's now got 8 rounds in a row with a PB. So
he recently posted a 25.77 free blind mean of 3 on his YouTube channel as well, just an unofficial mean of 3, which is pretty impressive.
And there's something I have to admit, I definitely like, because obviously I'm in the middle of learning UF right now, and I want to be as fast as Ben. It's like at once upon a time he was asking me for some advice, the same way in which, for example, Christopher Morris asked OJ for advice. So now it's like, I think he did actually ask me for more, like, say, multi-blind advice. But either way, he's now crushing me and a lot of other 3-blinders.
Yeah.
But I can't get over that. It's like the improvement's unbelievable, because he got a 58 at every event era, and now this is not even
that was October, no, early November, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 1st of November to 2nd, I think, or 2nd to 3rd. But either way, it's just such a short time frame, which just about sub 1, or maybe it wasn't quite what he averaged then. Either way, because Western Super was right around the corner. But he's clearly done his very best. And he's now sub 30, which is unbelievable to me. Yeah,
definitely. So he's also, as you said earlier on, he's been practicing lots of 4 blind. Sadly, he hasn't managed to pull out a success in competition yet. But he posted a 219. Well, his title was 219 4 blind. That's really bad.
Well, the thing is, it's like 219
that's really close to NR now.
It's very close. I think it will be a bit of a trek for him, because 202 by Ollie Frost that he got back in 2015 was world record at the time by a significant margin.
Yeah.
And he's probably still got a bit of a way to go before he beats 202.
Definitely.
Either way, I'm pretty sure he's still working on his XX, essentially, like trying to learn more comms.
So he seems to be consistently getting like low 3s and low 3 DNFs officially as well, or sub 3 DNFs. I mean, you got a 250 DNF at Doncaster,
which is still like really good. Like,
I'm sure.
I have a good feeling that Ben has got a good chance at national record.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll put out an NR2 result in the next few competitions. He's got 4 blind, maybe even the next one he's got 4 blind. It would not surprise me.
I think 4 blind mean is definitely more up for grabs than single.
Yes, definitely.
I think while Ollie Frost was in his prime days in 2015, I think mean is definitely something that I thought would be a lot faster, given that the retroactive world records were given, and the mean was something like 230. I think it's like something like 235 right now, something like that. And it's like I've seen Ben get like regular 240 successes. It's like he's not even that far off.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's only had 3 competitions as well where he's done 4.
Definitely
he's only got...
something he could achieve by the end of the year.
Certainly, yeah.
So he also has an official 10 out of 14 multi-blind success, and it's definitely not something he practices a lot.
So he actually did message me recently saying, he was thinking of doing some multi, and he can definitely, if he's doing 14 cubes in say 42 minutes, he can definitely fit in 20.
Yeah.
It's definitely multi-blind's not really his thing. I think he's more for big blind, for sure.
Yeah.
And 3 blind, of course. I mean, he might move on to multi at some point. I mean, I'd rather he didn't, for my sake. No, of course not. But no, he's definitely got the he's definitely capable of getting better multi-blind results. He can do a lot better than 6 points.
Yeah, definitely. So if we look at his general results over all events quickly, he's also become pretty decent at Megaminx. He has a 46 single and a 56 average.
Yeah, Megaminx is definitely another thing that he's he realistically, I look at his results. There's actually a lot of events on here that he's actually like pretty decent at. Like seriously, to go from what he was in late 2018 to now it's amazing. He completely refused to give up.
Yeah, definitely.
And now he's got a profile that honestly I would be very satisfied with.
Same.
So yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he's definitely proven his worth in the cubing community, and he's impressed us all with his blind and every event really. Definitely,
yeah. I mean, even I think for now he will just continue to do blind for now, which I want him to do.
Yeah.
Which because it's a specialist event. Same reason I absolutely, and like yourself, I mean you've practiced so much 3x3, and that's why you have the national record right now.
Yeah.
So it will come. He's just gonna give it time, and I think if anyone right now deserves a national record, it's him.
Definitely, him and Daniel Tidsey.
Certainly, yeah, those two are definitely.
Speaking of Daniel Tidsey, I am planning on talking about him next episode, which I will record after Manchester, which he is attending. So hopefully he'll achieve some impressive results then, which we can talk about more. So if you guys have any things you want me to talk about Daniel Tidsey, let me know in the comments as well. And also, as always, suggest other people you'd like me to talk about. So, yeah.
There's plenty. I mean, there's a lot more young cubers in the UK that are starting to get scarily fast. So
definitely.
Yeah, I think it's the next generation sort of after.
Yeah,
after our lot now.
They're catching up.
I mean.
We took over. What the only old results that are left are Oliver Frost is Big Blind and Robert Yaz 4x4.
Yeah.
Those are the only results from like the old generation of cubers that still stand.
Yeah, I think and now
that's crazy.
George was the first cuber of the new generation to become UK champion as well.
Yes, that's true.
Which was quite something, and I think for you to take Alex Lau's national record as well.
Yeah.
That's sort of like it's hard. It was hard for me to believe at the time.
Same.
That Alex Lau, once third in the world for single, no longer has a national record.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that baffles me, and I think it's records will slowly get knocked down.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you, Steven, for coming to talk about Ben Stokes.
No, thanks for having me.
It's been good. And surprisingly, this episode's going to be like exactly the same time